Hmm. Hello. Hola. Cheers. Or no. Greetings. How's everybody? It is easy to cover this topic, and I really didn't want to cover it, but since a lot of people are asking, I decided to go ahead and do a little bit on this topic. So I titled this video Prince Harry of Windsor leaves fake royal family or fake royalty in exchange for real royalty or something like that. Okay. Um, if y'all don't remember, another member of the royal family also did this and married an American who was divorced and gave up their royal title. And it was King Edward the eighth. King Edward the Eighth gave up his royal title to marry Wallis Simpson, and she was from America. So he did that. His mother, Diana, divorced Charles, and she was, seeing the Egyptian guy. So she tried to leave as well. And I think he and Meghan already knew that they were going to leave. They just kept it secret until they already had the plans in place because they saw the struggle, with trying to leave. So they had already planned it. So I was looking online and I found this interesting photo. So there you have Harry and Meghan, and then you have Wallace Ellis and King or former King. Oh my gosh, like I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, you have the former King Edward and his American wife. So you see how they wore the same outfit? So that was a clue there. Look, that was a clue. And they also compared her and Meghan, and they were just talking about it on a website. Anyway, same story, different people. Anyway, so here's the spiritual aspect of it all, because I know this channel is spiritual, so we're going to go to the spiritual aspect. So these royals have names. These names all are carefully chosen because they mean certain things, and you must break down the names to understand exactly what's going on and to understand why these things are happening and going on. Okay. These names are very important. They are chosen. People are chosen due to their names. I don't know if they know this or change their names or name themselves this on purpose because of it, but names are very important. So let's start with breaking down the name Henry. So Henry is the real name of Harry. So we have Henry Charles Albert David Windsor. That's his full name. It's very long, but that's his full name. So Henry means home or estate ruler. So ruler of the home, ruler of the estate. Charles means man, free, or peasant. So it means a free man or a peasant, not royal, right? Albert means noble and bright. David means beloved or uncle. And Windsor means riverbank with a winch. And a winch is something that, pulls rope or pulls something out or up. So his name basically represents a free, noble man who runs his own home. That means nobody else runs him. And the riverbank with the winch represents his frequency. And Windsor, the last name, was changed a long time ago from a German last name when the royals did not want to be associated with Germany. And so they changed their name to a more English sounding name. And that was what Windsor mean. And also the word wind and then soar, control of the wind, able to control the wind. Okay. And we know a lot of these a lot of these elite families have technology and things like that that are untalked about, that are not talked about. And so the name Windsor is very, very unique, and it's very, very telling about something. So we'll get into that later. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So Diana, his mother, we're going to break down her name, means heavenly divine. Then her middle name is Francis, which means Frank, which also means from the Germanic tribe of the Franks. And so her lineage was of German. Spencer, steward or administrator, also German. So as you can see, they have a German background. And so whenever they pick a wife, she has to also have, some type of Germanic background. Okay, let's go into Kate Middleton. Kate or Catherine. Catherine means pure. Okay, so we have a pattern here. So Diana is heavenly divine. Catherine is pure or clear. Catherine's middle name is Elizabeth. That means God is my oath. If you translate God is my oath, it's really supposed to mean something else. But God is my oath means my promise, which means you should have melanated skin. Okay, because the name Elizabeth comes from the name Elishaba, and that's a biblical name, and she had melanin. Okay, then Middleton or Middletown means in the middle. So these names didn't really match up with the people. You know what I mean? So Megan, here comes Megan. Her first name is Rachel Megan Markle, or her whole name is Rachel Megan Markle. Rachel means female sheep, lamb, female sheep, lamb. And we know that sheep and lamb are closely associated with a certain type of people, which are the melanated people. Then we have Megan, which means strong and capable. So strong, the eumelanated people, excuse me, which means strong and capable. And then Markle is also German. So we're getting a pattern here. Meaning Mars, Marcus, to harvest, to glean, God of Mars, to harvest, and to glean. So the harvest, to harvest up. So she was a harvester. She harvested Prince Harry, and they created a child. Okay. And the child's name is Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Okay, so Archie means genuine, which means real, genuine, bold, brave. Okay. Harrison is son of Harry, of course. His dad's name is Harry. Mountbatten is also German. And so, see, Harry's bringing the German name back into the family. And it means, and like mount means to climb, ascend, scale, or go up. Batten means to strengthen, fasten, or to fix something, or to secure something. So he's Mountbatten basically means the secured ascension. Okay. Then, of course, Windsor. We already broke that down. If you break it down as far as etymology, you have natural air movement in a horizontal direction, and then sor, which means waiting to be served or waiting your turn or change of events. So basically, his name is the genuine son of Harry that has a secure ascension and is the element or the natural air movement and waiting his turn. So harnessing the wind is also a ritual that this has also kind of done. So the names, the leaving of the titles, and the coming to North America is a ritual, and it has a lot to do with the wind. in this aspect. And also the two um, people, which is Harry and Meghan, coming together to create a son of man, which is what Archie would represent. Okay. So we know that they have celebrity friends, Beyonce and Jay-Z. We know that they have money. They can pretty much do what they want to do. And we know that they're not liked in their own country. And they know, I mean, we know that Harry chose Meghan over his royalty title because he understands, he probably knows what's really going on because of his mother and what happened to her. You know, she was trying to date a melanated man as well. All the circumstances surrounding her death. She was in a limo with the Egyptian guy when she and him were, involved in a car accident inside of a tunnel. So, you know, I think Harry is probably one of the people that mm, understood what was happening or wanted to do what was right. He was trying to get right, righteous. That's why he was doing all the work in Africa, following his mother's steps, and such, and so forth and so on. Okay. So that's what's going on there. And I believe that them coming here is also creating the example of, um, that type of energy that comes from understanding, the truth about a lot of things and getting away from that in which has created lies. Don't want to be associated with certain types of people during this time. You don't want to be associated with certain types of people during this time, so they got away. And that's just how, you know, how much that the message needed to get out that he did not want to be associated with that family anymore. So, um, right. Oh, right. So the true royalty, yes, the true royalty represents having the melanated DNA in your bloodline. That's why they always try to sneak a little bit in every now and then. Someone says Queen Charlotte, and but then they would go straight back to the other direction as far as less and less melanin. So I believe that um, that aspect of it really was just to have a little bit of that DNA, not to put the truth out, not to make what was wrong right. So now that that is a big deal, making what was wronged right. Taxpayers don't want to pay for their trips and planes to wherever they're going to do charity work, blah 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 blah. So they were like, fine then, I will do it on our own. We're trying to make things right in which you made wrong. So if you guys don't know, there's a lot of places around the world, but there's a lot of places in Africa where they were colonized and kept, at a certain poverty level. So going down there to right the wrongs is important to, I guess, both of them and also his mother Diana. And so people just don't want to pay for that out of their tax money. But that's understandable because of the truth has been hidden and they don't understand a lot of things and blah, 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 blah. But some people understand and are very conscious of certain things, and that's why they're doing this work right now. So now that they're friends with Jay-Z and Beyonce, um, now this is going to sound silly, and I know it is, but it's kind of interesting as well. So as we know, there are certain elements that are controlled by certain people, and these elements are, natural elements, earth, wind, and fire. Yes, the name of the group, earth, wind, and fire, but I'm not talking about the group. I'm talking about these energies. Okay, so earth, wind, and fire have to be harnessed in order to have full control, in order to shift everything the correct way. And people are understanding this. Um, so Jay-Z is collecting these. He's already collected Earth, which is Beyonce. If you break down her name meaning, I guess I'll do that for you. Okay, Beyonce means beyond others. Her name, Giselle, her middle name is to owe a pledge. So, beyond others, she owes a pledge. Her last name, Knowles, which is Irish, means hilltop or dweller on the knoll. Hilltop dweller on the knoll is earth. Okay. And then, so she represents the earth. Okay. Then Jay-Z, his name is Sean Corey Carter. His name is Irish as well. So there's two Irish right there, but they're Black. Okay, so we know Sean means God's gift. Corey means a deep hollow, and Carter means one who transports the goods. So he is the transporter of the goods. He has to collect the goods. Okay. So he's collected Beyonce, which is the earth. He's collected Reese, which is the fire. And now he's collecting the wind, soar. You'll see. And this is being pushed heavily on social media. Their friendships, their alliances has been put in every story that's been put out. You'll see, Reese Witherspoon all over Instagram cheesing and saying thank you to Beyonce and Jay-Z for her gifts and all this kind of stuff, and how she's their new BFF and all this kind of good stuff. So they're collecting these elements through your subconscious mind. Okay, so just really think about this. They're collecting the elements through the subconscious mind of the collective. Okay, and this is what is being done in a very sophisticated way that most people will not catch. Okay, so now that this has been like done, now that they're here or coming here or are here, after they finish all their royal duties that they were signed up to do, they'll be here permanently. After that, you're going to see some major changes in weather patterns. A lot of this is to show the people that are looking and watching and trying to see what's coming next. A lot of these actions is specifically for that reason. So, right, Reese's name means fire. Yes, fire from the land of sheep, Australia fires. I did that video a couple of last week, right? So that is what's happening in that area. Now, it doesn't matter what you think of these people. It doesn't matter if they're horrible. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. It don't matter. It's what their names represent, what their names mean, the frequency that it brings when you hear certain things in the subconscious mind and the collective that create the change. So it really don't really even matter if you like them or not. It is done, basically. So they're raising Archie vegan. Of course they are, because the frequencies are really about to change. So the thing is, they had to get away. Harry and Meghan had to get away because they did not want to suffer what is about to be suffered. And they wanted to do the right thing and give the truth and give back that which had been taken. And that is Reese Witherspoon. Sorry. You said Reese who? Reese Witherspoon. She's an actress. Okay. Do I think they're purposely doing it? Is it on a I think that a lot of it is purposely done. I would say 90% of it is. Okay. Because yeah, 90% of this is on purpose, pre-planned. I mean, was it last year they put a picture of Meghan Markle up in their video in place of the Mona Lisa, just in a clip that they Beyonce and Jay-Z did that. So yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I think it was already always planned. It's just that now it's just um, going out there. Okay, okay, okay. Now, coincidence? I don't know, but Sasha dragged me to the movies and begged like she ain't never begged before in her entire life. I don't know why. To see Frozen 2. Oh my goodness. I did not want to go see Frozen 2, but she had begged so hard, I just could not say no. She never begged for anything, not even a toy that bad. So I just took her. I don't know. You just have to listen to children sometimes. So when I saw the movie, I was like, wow, this is a, a lot of truth in that. And I'm not going to do any spoilers, but basically the whole movie was about how Elsa and Anna's family did the indigenous people wrong, and she had to tell the truth and make it right and sacrifice her kingdom in order to do it. But I'm not going to give y'all the rest of it, but that's basically what it was. Um, and then if you break down the names in the movies and the symbolism in the movies, not every person was supposed to be what they look like. There were some, how they always have to put in symbols to represent this person should be melanated and this person should be mixed and this person is 100% this or 100% that. Well, they put those elements in there, like Anna's fiance, boyfriend, whatever, Christoph. He's supposed to be black or a son of man. So that's why they gave him a big nose, named him Christoph, and gave him a reindeer. Those three signs represent eumelanin. Okay. Reindeers represent eumelanated people. Christos, that's the eumelanin, and then he has the big nose. Y'all already know that. And so in his family was like some trolls that lived in the forest that looked very eumelanated. Okay. Then Anna and Elsa, they had a little bit of the bloodline too, like their mom was quote unquote had some of the indigenous bloodline. So you gotta go watch that, or you can wait till it comes out on video, DVD, or demand. But it's telling the truth in a roundabout way. hmm Um, they told the story in reverse. Right, right. And that's that's what's going to happen. I think they're trying to tell you what will help and what will save, quote unquote, humanity and what will doom it. The truth has to be put out there in a big way, not a little way, because it doesn't count. So it has to be put out in a major way. And I think that that's probably what it's going to come to eventually. And I think a lot of people will benefit from that 100%. 100%. So you said explain reindeer. It all goes all the way back to alchemy. If you understand and study alchemy, there are symbols in alchemy in ancient writings and ancient drawings and texts. And a reindeer represent the melanated people. Okay, you can just go look it up. Just go all the way back. I have several videos that explain it, especially if you go into my Christmas explanation video. about the symbols of Christmas. I break it down there too. Um, right. Oh, and I also forgot to talk about the RH negative factor of it all. I'm pretty sure both Harry and Meghan are RH negative as well. So that's another element to it as well. There, that combination creates something that's very powerful. So that's why they got away from them. Okay. hmm If you combine the two, you get superpower. So, for example, if you combine Rh negative blood with U melanin, you have a higher frequency than being U melanated alone or being Rh negative alone. You get the higher frequency. So their child is going to have Rh negative blood and also have U melanin, just like she does, not just one or the other. So there you go. The point is, who's going to get the most information? Who's going to be able to gather the most knowledge? Who's going to be able to vibrate higher and have a higher consciousness? And they're showing, you know, that their royalty is nothing compared to what they have created. So if you really think about it, okay, y'all royal because y'all got this bloodline and y'all got this old, lineage and last names and got a palace and stuff. But guess what? Y'all ain't got melanin with Rh negative in it and the true royal, frequency. So they say, you know what? Y'all can have y'all fake royalty. Peace out. We're going over here and we're going to experience what we want to experience over here. And we're going to continue to do the work in our charities and write, what my mother was trying to do as far as help those in need. And y'all can do whatever y'all need to do over there. Basically, that's what they said. And that is what is going on. I don't care about any of the politics, the respect, the suddenness of it, what y'all think about her or him. It doesn't matter. These people are free to do what they want to do, and having certain amounts of knowledge and of higher frequency, you don't care what other people think. You just don't care. You get out, you go in and you get out. And the fact that they were associated with the royal, family over there, put them on the map and gave them a lot of influence. And even though they give up the title, that makes them even more, respectable. So now when they come here, they're probably going to be treated the same as royalty, but probably with more respect due to the fact that they gave that up to do what was right in their, you know, in their own moral way. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And is it buffering? I'm sorry. I can't help that. It is for some. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Mhm. So, yeah. I think the Frozen movie has a lot of code in it, and if you can watch it, if you have kids, but I really didn't want to see it, but I'm glad that I did. Thanks, Sasha. So, um, the clouds are gone. The sky is super blue, but we still saw what they were trying to hide, Sasha and I. We looked up in the sky and there was like this purple tint, and then the next day there was a green tint in the sky, like a coloring. You can still see it through the clouds, but whenever they cloud up the sky that much, it's because they don't want you to see something. And a lot of places are experiencing these plasma events or these plasma storms that are, in the sky above them and not in the places where they should be if they were going to be the northern lights. So they are not the northern lights, and so they try to hide them, but we already seen them. Like we can see through the clouds. And so y'all, I mean, I'm just saying they can stop because we can see through it. Um, I think their son is going to be something special. Already people are drawing. Yeah, true, true. So, so no matter what you think about them, it doesn't matter. Their purpose is to leave that fake royalty and come into the real royalty and do what is right. And that's what that is. And, I feel like just because someone's born into a certain family does not mean that that's where they want to stay or remain or represent. And obviously, he does not want to be representing that. Right. Right. So, I don't label people. I just notice what they do. And, everyone has their free will. They can make certain decisions. They can change their mind. They can do whatever they choose. I'm just reading the signs and conveying them to you guys. I really care about what they're going to do. I don't really care about what people think about them, just like I don't really care what people think about me. That is the distraction. That aspect of it is the distraction, how you feel about them because of information you think you may know that could be right or wrong. It doesn't, but the point is read the signs, you know. The signs are there for you to read, and that's it, basically. Um, so, did you see that Nostradamus predicted that Queen will die or step down in 2020? Um, I don't know. Maybe he didn't mean that queen. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe she will. Maybe she's going to try to shift the attention back to their royal family by doing that. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. hmm Harry is a commoner like his mom. Exactly. He's a commoner. So to get true royalty, he had to marry Meghan Markle. Over. Right. The royal family is honestly, like, a lot of people know this already. They've already done the research. It's already been there's even a TV show about it. They're not even the real royal family anyway. It's the fake the bloodline was like tampered with through marriage. So they're not even royal. That's stolen royalty. And they don't even have what it really what it really supposed to take to be royal in the aspect of what royalty truly used to mean in the old ancient days. So when I say fake royal, I really mean fake royal. Just like white Jesus and fake royal, it's the same thing. It's not the real thing. So doing the correct thing, which was, helping people, trying to right the wrongs, trying to get the truth out, and marrying who he married, I think going back to the right side of things is what he's trying to, demonstrate, separating himself from that family. And I'm sure more and more truth will come out as things progress. So, um, mhm, that's that's what's going on, and I don't feel like, if you're not in the know about certain things, or researched many things and don't know a lot of, you know the history, then it's kind of hard to understand. But yeah, fake royals. Some say it's a distraction from the queen's son. Oh, nobody cares about that. I mean, the reason is because it doesn't matter. They're all going to get away with it if they want to, so it doesn't matter. It'll come back out later anyway. Once this dies down and they need another juicy story, they'll just bring that back up. Um, right. They want to survive, right? Um, so, whatever they do over there, I'm sure he's glad to escape. I tried to watch The Dark Crystal. I couldn't get through the Muppets. I'm so sorry. But I did watch In the Tall Grass, or The Tall Grass by Stephen King. That was pretty good. Very interesting, about a time loop. Mhm. Very interesting. Um, very strange and interesting. So, yep. So that's my breakdown of that situation. Um, my prediction, if I have to make it from the signs and the things that I've been seeing, major weather change very soon. Now that the earth, wind, and fire has been harnessed. Very interesting. Yeah, that tall grass movie was crazy. Do I think Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are watchers? No. I don't. I believe they do have information. I don't think they're watchers. I believe that they created something. I think what Mark created, which was Facebook, um, I believe that it was for a higher purpose, of course, but um, it doesn't really matter, who created it. It's just what it does. Um, Here's my thing. Like, people are always worried about privacy and things like that. You don't have any privacy anyway. The government knows everything. Um, so whether you're on Facebook or not, you still don't have privacy. If you have a TV or in cable, you don't have privacy. If you are hooked up to anything that is hooked up to the internet, you don't have privacy anyway. So my thing is, a lot of people are overly paranoid about Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Y'all don't have privacy anyway. There's Google Earth. What are you gonna do about that? Wear your disguise everywhere you go? You have GPS built into your cars and cell phones if you have a phone. So you have no privacy and you never will. So it's not them that are watchers. It's, you know, a collective that is watching. um, and who cares? I have nothing to hide. Like, I don't care. I don't care what y'all know what I'm doing. I don't care. What do I care for? There's much more interesting people out there that are doing way more interesting things than I am. So I know I don't really care. What are watchers? Anyone who's watching. They're watching the planet. They're recording what's going on. They're gathering data and information and whatever, whatever. I mean, what it doesn't matter. Maybe they're studying it for the future or the past. Who knows? Maybe they want to recreate it. I don't know. But for me, it doesn't bother me and I don't care. That's why I'm not overly paranoid about those type of things. Not having nothing to hide. All right. You said you don't care, you have nothing to hide. I know who I gave my booby pics to. Right. Big whoop. Right. Like I don't care. Um, and most people that are paranoid and thinking that, oh, people are spying on me, they don't have nothing going on in their life anyway. What? What are you no one cares about what you're doing. You're not even doing anything. You don't even have an important job. You don't even have, anything going on in your life for people to care about, basically. So that's why it doesn't bother me. And I always said that was like, when I was a kid, I was like, people are going to know everything about everybody. And it doesn't matter because I don't have anything to hide, you know. Um, I helped you expand your horizons. Thank you. I'm glad. Um, what do you think about the show Under the Dome? Never seen that show. hmm The Watchers don't use technology. That is correct. These are the 3D Watchers, I'll say. They're the 3D Watchers, the human Watchers, okay? The Watchers are elements or beings that you cannot see because they're in a different form, okay? They're not cameras. They're memory. They're elements that hold memory. Okay. And they hold memory of everything. That's why it's like even in Frozen 2, it talks about that. So the Watchers are the elements that hold memory. Water, plasma. Okay. Crystal, right? So the crystalline energies. So everything that has happened on Earth from the beginning of time up at the beginning of whenever has been recorded through certain elements, and those are the Watchers. They're everywhere because it's water, plasma, gas, crystal, ice. um, Written on the walls, right? So you can't even lie because the truth is there. But if you don't have anything to hide, and it doesn't matter. Y'all souls is owned by the Vatican, not my soul. Vatican can't own anything. You can't own anything if you don't exist anywhere else but here. Okay. Just understand, like a lot of people don't even understand things on that level. But if you don't own anything, if you don't exist anywhere else but here, then you can't own a soul that is not even here. Okay. So what I'm saying is if you're of a certain frequency and you have a soul, your soul is not even here. You have You're able to be in two places at one time, is what I'm trying to tell you. So they can't own it, and they can think that they own it. They can get some monopoly money, but that's about it. They can't own a thing. So that's another myth. um, but that's fine. As long as they think they got something, that's fine. Um, we don't own anything here. Right, right. So yeah, that's what I think about that, and I hope y'all can have an open enough mind not to allow emotions to get into the way of understanding what certain things represent. If you can separate the two and then feel how you want to feel about the situation later, get the information first, and then go feel whatever you need to feel about it. Because sometimes that is the distraction. It's the way that you feel about certain people because of what someone told you versus just reading the signs that are put out. So people can tell you whatever they can tell you, but when the signs are put out there and not everyone can understand them or no one's looking for them, that is the true information that you need to be getting, not what someone is saying and how someone feels about them and some rumors about them and stuff that you can't even, you know, fathom. But just the symbols and the decoding aspect of what they're putting out, you can get a much more interesting perspective, I'll say, of what's going on. And yeah, not getting triggered. hmm Um, he said, too bad you're being watched. Do whatever. I don't really care. Super Bowl 49ers and Chiefs 49ers equal American Gold Rush era and the Chiefs indigenous people. Do you think there will be code in J-Lo and Shakira's performance? Yes. Okay, so they have indigenous people that are performing. Then they have the Chiefs, and then they have the 49ers who are looking for the gold. Um, so here's my thing. To me, the Super Bowl or any type of sport event or football game, basketball game, sometimes the message that they put out is what they want to happen. And so that's another way of creating that in your subconscious mind, which is why many people don't watch sports, versus what should happen or what is going to happen. So just like the Meghan Markle and Harry thing moving here, bringing the winds soar and that to over on this side, the power of that, the same way that ritual works, the Super Bowl ritual works. So um, that's why a lot of people don't really watch sports because they are all rigged in the direction that they want the collective consciousness to go according to the mascots and the team's name meaning. Yes, I did a video on that too about sports and their name meanings. Thank you, the Laura Baton Sprinkle Sprinkle. Crazy dreams, nightly stress, how to decode. Start picking out the symbolism in the dreams when you wake up and write them down and decode the symbols that stuck out to you in the dream. That's how. Yes. Look up the meaning of those symbols, the spiritual meaning of those symbols, what they mean to you, and then do the spiritual meaning of what they mean spiritually. Okay. Um, the fall of the elite status is upon us. Yeah, going to crumble before our eyes, and smartphone make it so that we can all see it in real time. That's true. Um, someone told me like last year 30,000 people died of heat stroke or heat related deaths in the UK. So that is very strange. But we all know things are getting hotter and um, not going to really change. The Queen's demons are interfering with your signal and video clarity. Oh, I'm going to do the exorcism again. I have to recite the exorcism prayer. Be gone, you lower frequency entities. um, anyway, I can't wait to watch her new show, Zoe. Is it? Oh, who are y'all talking about? Zoe Kravitz. Oh, okay. Um, oh my God, we have a conspiracy theorist here talking about the Vatican owns your soul. He don't own mine. The Vatican doesn't own our souls. They may own yours, but they don't own ours. Okay, they don't own it. They don't own anybody's soul with a certain frequency. You can't hold or own anybody's soul whose soul ain't here. Okay, how did they get it? Because it ain't here. They couldn't get it. They have some monopoly souls, monopoly money soul. That's all they got. They got some counterfeit. But that's fine. Um, so we're gonna skip past that aspect and not entertain that anymore because that's not true. You can't own someone's frequency. They can own someone else's frequency. They can't own a frequency that's not even truly here. That's what I'm saying. That's quantum physics for you. um, do you know the purpose of them leaving with William? Probably because they're going to start their own. When you start your own charity, you can also write that off in taxes, C&D, and not use the taxpayers' money to pay for it. So they're going to start their own and do work in their own name and not in the name of family anymore. Um, yep. The Vatican, what the Vatican owns are, the only thing that the Vatican owns that they stole would probably be the truth. um, so that's the only thing I can say that they have is the truth that they hide. So only that's the only thing that they possess. Mhm. You said the Rothschilds own the Vatican. Does the prime minister hold more power than the queen? Probably in the government. To me, all of it has no power. It's all fake to me. Just as the monarchy or the royals are fake, so is the prime minister, the president, the whole government system. It's all fake. It's just put there, and the only reason that it exists is because people believe in it and they participate in it. But it doesn't matter to me. But none of that could exist unless people participate in it or give it in energy. Right. So, for example, If everyone as a collective, but I know this will never happen because too many people are brainwashed or, not awake and A, B, C, and E. But if enough people, I'm not gonna say all people because not all people will ever truly wake up at the same time. But if enough people stopped doing certain things, then the power would get less and less. It's so I think that's how it's going to end eventually. People are not going to participate in it. And each year is going to get less and less and less participation until no one cares, you know. And when no one cares, then it means they're doing their own thing and they don't need the government anymore. Right. Um, so, how do you identify as far as status? Have you filed? I don't identify as any status. Um, Legally, whatever my mom and my dad did, whatever that is, that's what that is. But um, that's really not how I identify consciously. So, and I don't believe that doing any of that stuff on paperwork matters, especially if that's not real. You know, Mhm. I shouldn't have to do paperwork to undo what's fake. You know what I mean? You don't have to do no paperwork. Just think it and be it and act like it. Mhm. We aren't these bodies, they are just vehicles. That's true. Um, yeah, so it's all about your mental. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your level of consciousness? How do you feel about taking matters into your own hands is what you want to see done instead of waiting around for other people to do it? Like that would really suck. If I had in my house, if there was a system of government or hierarchy and I had to put in paperwork, vote for some crap to be done, wait, see what happens, I would be just mad. I would just go get up and do it myself. That's all that this is. It's just barriers of creating what you want to create. They've trained you to wait on other people to give you a life that you desire or to put circumstances in order for you to live happy and thrive. Look, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I want to create what I want to see done. I want to, continue to do that, and I don't need any type of permission or person in charge or, laws or whatever in order to do what I need to do. I don't need it, and I don't really feel like waiting on it. It's I think that's the same example that Harry and Meghan did. Look, I don't feel like waiting on y'all to say it's okay for us to go here. I don't feel like waiting on y'all to sign a paper and saying it's okay for us to take this plane in order to go do charity. I don't feel like waiting on you, royal family, to okay what we're getting ready to do. We doing it for real, not because you know uh we trying to look good in the public eye. We don't need to wait on y'all. We don't want to use y'all's taxpayers money, and we don't really care what y'all think, A, B, C, and D. So when you don't need permission anymore, when you don't need title anymore, when you don't wait on someone to do what you are going to do anyway, that is your true freedom. Okay. I'm not waiting on who's going to be president in order to do what I need to do. I'm not waiting on, anything. I'm just going to go do it. So I think that's where people need to get out of their own way, and depending on a system that depends on them, and just do what you're gonna do. It's all crazy related, right? He's smart though. Like I'm not gonna be mad, but he is so smart. He said he wasn't taking a paycheck for being the president. Y'all think about that loophole. And why do you think he's going to be president? So he don't ever have to pay taxes again. Okay, think about this. He's smart. He don't have to pay taxes anymore. Go in and do the worst job ever. Drop some clues and hints as to what's coming and knowledge, and uh, don't take a paycheck while you're in office. Get those free taxes for life, okay? Or no taxes for life. Um, you know, do you think Trump will be the last president? That those words are very tricky. The last president. Well, if let me ask you a question, and I don't know if this is the loophole or not, but I'm just going to ask y'all a question. If you don't take your paycheck, if you don't get paid for being the president or the CEO of a country, are you responsible for anything that you have done in office? Um, if you didn't get paid to do it, if you didn't accept the money for it, um, I don't know. Technically, you were the CEO of the company, but if you never cash a paycheck, are you then responsible for the duties held as the CEO of such entity? I don't know. I mean, it could be argued in court. He still took the job. Did he take it or did his double take it? You see, there's that. Was he sworn in or was his double sworn in? We don't know. um, yep. Sure, Donald Trump said he's not responsible. He's just a volunteer. Exactly. You can't sue a volunteer. I just volunteered. I volunteer my services. I didn't take y'all's money. There's a lot of tricky things that happen, and I think that's why he's able to get around all these things that he cannot ever get blamed for anything because he has loopholes. I told y'all he was smart. Um, he's volunteering as the president, which means he's not literally the president because he's not taking the check. If the United States is a corporation and he's not cashing them checks and he is in the position of CEO, and whatever paperwork he signed, if that's not him signing it, then he's not responsible, you know. Right. And they can't really impeach you if you're not even the president. So who knows? It's a very tricky situation. What else do the truth exist besides what? Where else does the truth exist? Inside of people's DNA? Um, they haven't interrogated him yet. What's interrogation gonna do? All he can do is lie. Interrogation is for amateurs, baby. You know, all he has to sit there or say he don't remember because he old. We can just say I don't remember. What they gonna do? He don't remember. You see, interrogation is meant for people that don't know any better. They're just going to give it all away. Look, I don't remember. I was on medication. I don't know. You know. So Trump said, "Why are they doing this to me?" LOL. It's a big joke. It's a joke. And the funny thing is, no one realizes that they're taking everything seriously. They're taking everything so serious, and it's all a joke. And when people wake up, hmm they'll see and they'll start laughing. You said opioids cause melanin production. That's why Trump looks orange. That's so true. Jackie Brown, that is true. Ah, he can use that as an excuse. I don't know. I don't remember being president. I don't remember. I was on drugs. That contract I signed is null and void. So former presidents don't have to pay taxes. Mm-mm. That'll come in handy later on. Thank you. Shoot, I need to run for president. No wonder Kanye want to run for president. He's like, I don't have to pay taxes. Anyway, so I guess we'll just wait to see it unfold. It's very entertaining and funny to me, anyway. He looks so orange because he's pumpkin. What? There's an article in the Constitution that president has to get paid. He keeps $1 and donates the rest. Okay, but if he never keeps that dollar, then what? If he donates that dollar back, then what? Hi. I'm live baiting. Oh, you got your glasses on. You look cute.
I learned how to play the Barney theme song on the piano.
Okay. Congratulations. She said she learned how to play the Barney theme song. Did you film it?
No.
Okay. When I'm done, I'm going to listen to it.
Oh.
Good job. She's teaching herself piano. The chick gets what? Thank you. That is the thing, entertaining without investment. That's the thing, right? Entertainment without investment, right? Would you ever want dual citizenship? I mean, I guess that'd be cool. Hmm. So I thought it was funny though when he shut down the government what was it, a couple years ago or last year? Thought it was funny because it just showed you how silly people were who held on to those jobs, hoping that the government would reopen and they were working for free. It just shows you how crazy people are. Some people work weeks for free and never even got compensated or, had to go through the holidays without money. And they just still stayed faithful to them jobs. I'm like, what in the world? So I think that was also him showing how how easily it would be to get people to work for free. You know, how long it would take for people to start reacting to no money. Thought it was very strange. hmm Um, they were volunteering just like he was. Exactly. And then got mad when Kanye said people chose to be slaves. That's so true. I mean, everything is right there in your face, and a lot of people contradict themselves and they don't even realize it. But the people that are higher up and of higher consciousness see that. Thank you, Meadow L Sprinkle Sprinkle. Just jumping in, catching you live. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle Sprinkle. So, we have a group of people, we have different groups of people saying this and that, but they're doing exactly what they are against. You know, it's crazy, right? But when you have a level of consciousness that's higher than a lot of other people, you can prove certain things and show examples without them even knowing. You can prove that people will work for free. You can prove that people do exactly the thing that they say that they are against. You can prove that you can be this type of person and still get elected and voted in because of the way people are brainwashed. You can prove he's proven that. He's proven how brainwashed America really is. And that's the only thing that he's really done that makes the most sense. That he's proved that America is brainwashed to the T. So, to many people, you know, wow, look how brainwashed those people are over there. You know, I was rewatching Avatar, The Last Airbender, and the man talked about woke animation. There was too much code. Yeah. So, when you wake up, you see so much things. You see so many people brainwashed. You see so many people still asleep. Um, you see that other people are on a higher level than even you are because they orchestrated the whole thing to be revealed. So you kind of see your place in it as well. Yeah, all countries are brainwashed. um, you said American sold to China. hmm Not, yeah, I truly believe that. I truly believe that, but they're not telling anybody. What was that movie where in the future everything was like where America looked like Asia in the future? Like there was just like right. Was it Cloud Atlas? The Cloud Atlas or something like that? Yeah. I believe it. The schools have declined since the liberals took God out of them. Mandy Moore. Um, Maybe that's what they wanted. You ever thought about that? To dumb you down, huh? The schools went down. The schools weren't teaching truth anyway, so it doesn't really matter if they took God out. Just they weren't teaching the truth anyway, so it doesn't matter. Um, if God was still in school, this sort of demon worship on display here would poor Mandy. Yeah, so the reason why they had to take God out of school is because the country became more diverse and everyone does not have the same belief system. So wouldn't have worked out. Um, right. China bought up all the orchards. Cool. They got the money to do it. Hmm. They got the money. Trump took away healthy food from schools and put junk food back in them. Okay. I wouldn't eat that stuff anyway. Do you have a video on negative blood? Yep. A couple of them, maybe two or three. When I was in when I studied culinary arts, you know what they said? That the grade of food in schools cafeterias were below, grocery store food grade and one above dog food. So I wouldn't eat there anyway. Okay. You eating one grade above dog food if you eat school food. No thanks. For real. There are different grades and levels to food quality. And the school food quality is the same as prison food quality, which is one step above dog food quality. So that's why my kids don't eat that. Anyways, you said people need to learn Mandarin. Siri knows Mandarin. Siri can help you. And you have fallen into the vegan trap. It's not really a trap. Um, and I always talk about this. There's stuff that you don't know right now, and maybe that's for the best. I'm tired of explaining it. I think people should do their own research on what's not being vegan. That's not what the thing is about, but the frequencies. Um, Look at everything in frequency. Uh, Look at everything according to the frequencies that are right now, and then make your decision. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't talk about diet. I talk about frequency. Hmm. Do do you think there nanotechnology around you where you live? It don't matter. I don't care. I'm probably sure there is nanotechnology, but it doesn't matter to me. um, like there are certain things that you're not going to be able to really control, but there are certain things that you don't even have to worry about as well. So get your frequency to the right frequency, and you have nothing to worry about. Is what I'm trying to say. Hmm. to you, Flame, make you a sausage and egg sandwich. It's gonna be a vegan sausage and vegan egg sandwich. If I were to ever make anybody a sandwich. Mike Tyson said to eat anything that don't have a mom or dad. So he's vegan now too. Wow. Um, Mike Tyson, there you go. Right. Vegan food is poor man's food, lacking nutrients. Well, I mean, that's fine. I don't argue about people being vegan or meat eaters. Do what you feel. That's how I feel. Like I don't say you're bad for eating meat. I don't say anything. I just say think of everything in frequency and make the best decision that you come to. And it don't bother me. I don't care. I know what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna do what's right for me. Y'all do what y'all feel is right for you. If you don't know what's right for you, do the research. Understand everything, environment, and then choose your diet. That's all I'm saying. Know your environment, then choose your diet. That is the information. It doesn't matter what I do, what they do, what is right for you right now during this time in your present environment. That's what you need to plan your diet with, your present environment. If you live right next to a 5G tower and you live where it's very sunny, chances are you have a lot of high frequency energies going through you and low frequency energies going through you right now. A lot of electromagnetic frequencies going through you right now. So, whatever you need to do in your diet that is best for you, that's what you got to do. Okay. hmm So, just do your research and you'll be fine. Mhm. And see, the thing is not everybody, and I'm gonna say this one time, not everybody is supposed to other people do. Okay. Not everybody is supposed to do what other people do. It is based on their frequency and their level of whatever they know, that's what they're going to do. And they're going to do exactly what they want to do, and that's free will. And that's what I believe in, the free will. Okay. It's okay to eat meat. It's okay to be vegan. It's okay to be vegetarian. It's okay to drink juice. I don't know. Whatever y'all want to do, go do it. The best thing is what you feel, the conclusion that you've come to, and you feel is right for you, then that's what you need to be doing. Mhm. Right. There's a face. I don't have a television behind me, baby. So there is a face looking at your television behind you. Okay. When I get a TV, I'll turn around and look. hmm 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 I don't debate diets. I just say do what you want to do. I don't care. Mhm. Oh my God, that's not a TV. You are too smart for that. Intellect has nothing to do with it. Frequency does. So, yeah, knowledge has nothing to do with that. Only frequency. So that's what I'm. That's how I believe that. I call it the human cult. Right. Humans can eat anything, even each other. That's nasty. Okay, I seen it. Oh, it's not a TV. Sorry. It was buffering and it looked weird. Okay. No, it's not. It's not a TV. It's a photo. hmm So, thank you all for watching. I think that's enough for this channel. And, the majority of the information about the title of this video is probably in the first 35 minutes of the video. The rest are probably just talking, the rest of the time is probably just answering questions and going back and forth, talking about other things. And of course, we always end talking about the diet. I don't know why people care. Just eat what you want to eat. That's all I'm saying. I don't care. And I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good night. You said happy MLK Day. Miss Fat Peaches. Okay. No school tomorrow for the children. No mail. Everything is, I don't know if you have off work, but have a good time. If you have to argue about your diet, this is last time, then it's more of a religion. I don't care what y'all eat. I don't want to convert you. Do what you want to do. Don't try to convert me. Okay? Free will, baby. I'll see y'all later.